Welcome to Loleventvods. Watch the full game of today's LTA 2025 matchup.
Being upset by the teams that people were not expecting to be in this seeding match now. So let's get into it. 100 Thieves versus C9. 100 Thieves won the coin toss. They're playing from the blue side. We're bringing in a little extra firepower for this one. I got Kobe back with me and Azael joining up for the TriCast as we see which one of these two squads is going to Brazil as the #1 spot.
In our first ever best of one Fearless, as Vulcan loves to highlight. So all the Fearless champs are also off the board here. Yeah, I kind of like what they're talking about, though. Neither of these teams, I would think, prepped for the other one, because even if you are looking into the future, you might do light prep, probably for TL or FlyQuest.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, if I could choose one team's position or the other, I would way rather be Cloud9 coming in right off that series than I would be 100 Thieves, who had to kind of sit around for 3-4 hours and really kind of maintain your energy levels. You know, we saw them back, hanging out behind stage. Some of them were playing games, some of them were kind of chatting, listening to music, kind of trying to regulate your energy a bit. But that can be tough to, kind of keep your energy up and get ready for a game like this.
It's got to be like a Renekton answer to this Mbessa, right?
I would expect so.
Thanatos is so good at Renekton. He already used it into Mbessa, absolutely destroyed, got a large CS lead for himself. Maybe they're thinking of some other options, though, and maybe they're thinking, hey, 100 Thieves, are they setting some sort of trap for us? But holy moly, if you already have a Sejuani, if they then also added the Renekton on top of this into their Mbessa, it's just like, wow, that is giga melee synergy with Sejuani. That seems like a very fearsome top half of the map.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they went for these two first. You already know they have their top laner. It's not like Mbessa's going to be flexing around to a bunch of different spots. Renekton's pretty safe to leave up until at pick number 3. Yone's high priority, Sejuani's high priority, like what we're seeing out of Cloud9 here.
Yeah, we do see some Mbessa mid, played in pro play, but definitely not a lot of it. Poppy, I do think, is a good pick because it also potentially is a denial pick. Renekton, obviously, great option, but Poppy also very strong into the Mbessa and into a lot of the meta champs these days, which are so dash heavy.
And they're thinking about their AP options very clearly here from 100 Thieves. Zyra and Lilia are the two premier AP options, and then you kind of dip a little bit lower into the like Elise and Nidalee type of ranges. And so River going to hop right back onto this Zyra. Look for some power clearing of his own. Yeah, and the predicted Renekton comes true. Very easy kind of setup there for Cloud9, but now it's about what sort of mid lane bans can you also protection ban for this Yone here, because Cloud9 can continue to target here. Quid was massive for 100 Thieves in every single game of their series, even the game that they lost. And so I think throwing a couple more mid lane bans that way, do whatever you can to try and get a better situation there for Loki. Looks like they're not going to go for it, though, and they don't care.
I agree, but I also do think there's a non-zero chance that Mbessa is just going mid. You put the Poppy top against Renekton, that's a pretty good matchup. I do think there is the chance that they kind of flex things around, especially with how important it has felt like bot lane matchups have been throughout the day today. Poppy support, not always a good blind pick. Well, pretty much always not a good blind pick down in bot. Is a strong neutralizer into some of these engaged champs, but especially if people want to go for that double range down in bot lane, it could be tough to deal with. A couple 80 carry bans all thrown the way, though, of FBI, and it makes me think they might just take one away here to try to thin that pool even more.
Okay, the Ezreal, the Kai'Sa, the Ziggs.
Varus is still up, though.
Yeah, he's one of those ones that's normally pretty highly prioritized.
Like, one of the highest prio ADs, but is still up and available. So 100 Thieves really considering, okay, what do we want to pinch here? What do we want to take away? We saw Sven have a good game on the Ziggs, so that was going to be banned away. And then, Braum has that final one. I do think with all the attention towards bot lane, you take your bot laner here to try to pinch the pool even more so, and then you leave support counterpick for last to make sure you know exactly what that 2v2 is going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, the Varus is just so good universally, such a strong lane as well. Whether they do lane swaps or don't do lane swaps here.
Yep, I agree completely. I think it works really kind of in all scenarios. Corki obviously has been quite popular as well, but Varus is going to be the lock. And yeah, it can be on hit, can be lethality. It really just depends whatever you do need. But maybe a nod to kind of what they're expecting out of FBI was that hover.
All right, let's see what the answer will be from the side of 100 Thieves. Not only is this going to reveal their bot lane, but we'll see how that flex situation could potentially play out too. Will the Ambessa go top? Is it Poppy support? Or will Ambessa be flexed over to mid, Poppy in the top lane? I'm never believing the Riven. I'm never believing that. Snipers on the team, I'm never believing this unless you lock it. I'm not even going to remotely be bamboozled.
I'm definitely operating under the assumption that is Ambessa top, that they are picking a mid, that is Poppy support, but you know, it is possible that they are going to try to get clever here and flex things around. And you know, it's really just got to be about what is comfortable for Quid. Jax gets locked, so it is going to be actually the Ambessa mid, which has been, you know, getting some popularity, especially in the LCK. Some people are playing it. We saw Abadaga play it here as well, I believe, you know, especially Grasp Ambessa. So this is going to be interesting to see, because it could be Jax jungle. It could get really crazy, right? It could be Poppy support. It could be Zyra support. Like, they could go really crazy, but I am expecting a Zyra jungle.
Calm down there, buddy.
I'm expecting a Zyra jungle.
Calm down, that buddy. That is a jungle Zyra and a support Poppy.
Yeah.
They're staying.
Kobe's drawn a line.
But what if?
John a line. What if true? I mean, you know, Faker playing one of the Ambessas early really also just like gives everyone's the key to the city, and you're like, you know what? That's all you have to have as like your explanation for like the possibilities of playing it there too. And so the Poppy does end up going support down into the Leona here, and the Poppy can do a lot of work into melee carries. This is
all three of their top side.
So heavy melee here. So honestly, thought it was a really good early grab for them.
I feel like 100 Thieves slammed the draft. I think that their draft is really, really strong. When I'm looking at 4 melees over on Cloud9, trying to deal with a Poppy and a Zyra, that seems nasty, trying to get into the back line, not even mentioning, you know, the Jack Counter-Strike, the potential for CC there. This seems really, really tough for Cloud9 to deal with. I think if they get ahead, anything is possible, but if I could pick a draft, I way prefer 100 Thieves.
Kobe, are you on that same page?
I mean, especially from jungle perspective too, I do like being the Zyra, because Zyra gets to build right into a Liandry's, and you're looking at a Sejuani on the opposite side, and then everybody's building health on this enemy team for you too. So there is huge potential, and I have long been a big fan of the River Zyra. Even last year when the team was not able to get wins with it, I thought he was just so good utilizing this champion. So they definitely have huge potential on that side, but very often we have seen people underestimate, you know, the simple power of Sejuani plus two melee solo laners, getting some surprise early kills, but that damage early.
Ooh. River going to take some damage here. Vulcan jumps in with a Zenith Blade. River down to half HP, but no stun available on a level 1 Renekton. Now Blabber's going to be in some trouble. Flashes over the wall. They need another hit to kill him, and FBI gets it. Goes over to follow as Vulcan's about to die now too. River's going to take kill number 2. 100 Thieves out the gate running.
The surprise early kills, and Sniper's in all chat immediately.
It's not LMAO, it's low MAO.
He typed LOMAO, so we'll have to get an interview to follow up on that one. But it is all caps, and you can tell the enthusiasm behind this, because while it was like technically surprising early kills, it was Cloud9 doing the full chase out afterwards here. And take a look at it, because they're chasing full in onto the Zyra. Everybody collapses. You see the Jax coming down from the backside, and after Thanatos slice and dices in there, you know, immediately Blabber just gets burned down. It's an easy flash there for FBI to collect that one. And it was only 2 kills, so it's not a full feat, but it is still such a big early lead for laning phase. Okay, so that's what also the sniper all chat was. That's exactly what
that's a low mal.
That translates.
That's a low mal.
That's a low mal.
Yes.
Okay.
That translates. So thank you FBI for translating for us.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the closed captions right there. But I mean, you are laughing when you have a start like that. Sven in a lot of trouble. The early buy there was grabbed from FBI. We didn't see River get to spend his gold, but he has the extra dagger, and I think even had an extra potion as well. Yeah, because 1 potion in inventory and 1's already running.
All right, it's an awesome start here for 100 Thieves, and while there's no more kills on the screen right now, let's send it over to Raz for an interview with Golden Glue.
What's up, guys? Got the head coach of 100 Thieves for this one. Level 1 looked a little spicy.
Yeah, it's looking good. Came back to the room. I think everyone's a little tired. We've been at the studio for 8 hours, but we started with a double kill, so you'll have to see it.
What have you guys been doing basically throughout the time watching basically FlyQuest go at C9?
I mean, it was a pretty exciting match. We were just eating food. We ordered more coffee, and we're just like lounging on. Actually, people were like lying on the floor. We were just full like resting, relaxing. We're pretty tired, but like, I mean, we got one more match to play, so we got to do it.
Any shock about Cloud9 being the opponent that you're facing actually instead of FlyQuest?
Yeah, I think most people would be pretty surprised. That's like 100 versus C9 right now for the first seed, but I think C9 played pretty well. They beat FlyQuest's esteemed Urgot front to back comp. They finally did it. So yeah, I mean, I thought C9 played pretty well, so this should be a pretty fun match.
Any thoughts of just now qualifying for Brazil?
Dude, I'm excited, but like those were the most stressful games I've ever watched from our team. Like, bro, the game 2 throw into like Quid is just playing like an absolute like maniac, but just completely smurfing. Yeah, we're really excited to go.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna send this one straight back to the casters.
I mean, Mbessa is the perfect champion to play like an absolute maniac and smurf on. This champion with almost infinite dashes looks quite good, and they did have a beautiful opening.
Nicely done in the early game from 100 Thieves, enjoying that plus 700 gold that they got. Again, you touched on it a little bit, but they only need the one more kill now for that first feat of strength as well. Feels really good.
Thanatos, by the way, on the Renekton, despite the early 2 kills going over, still staying true to his strong lane phase, and of course on the Renekton, that's part of the reason why it is one of his like favorite champions to play. But he got his early recall off to go get the double longsword by and come on back to lane. So we'll see what he can get done with it on the top side of the map. Blabber currently finishes his clear again on the bottom side, so he's going to be away for a little bit, but Zyra also clearing away from him, so it won't be too bad.
Yeah, and Zyra got the early faded dashes, has the boots on top because of that extra kill. You can see Corki gets a very early tier, going to be stacking that up. So is going to be looking really good here at 400 Thieves if they can just continue this kind of pace of game. I do think there's a lot more pressure on Blabber to make things happen, to have that early action, you know, especially with these double melee soul lanes, and he is already here covering mid.
And I mean, it was quite a difference in Blabber's performance specifically in the C9 series that just happened. Game number 1, when he wasn't able to get anything done, the whole team looked like they were just stuck. But then in the second 2 games, he was way better off. River showing up here in the mid lane, forces the flash at a Loki.
That was really nice timing there. He throws out the E right as the snapback is happening from the Soul Unbound, and Loki was not sure if the timing was perfect or not, so immediately had to flash to make sure that he wasn't getting it rooted up.
You'll love to see it from the Zyra, making sure that he guarantees that extra pressure on what is normally a very mobile, very slippery champion.
And regardless, those are the perfect times to go for ganks because their teleport was just used. So it's like, oh, yeah, like we don't actually get the kill onto Loki, but he just used teleport and he uses flash. So they got to shove in a minion wave and you get more and more CS back for your mid laner. Nice little advantage there. For 100 Thieves. And these types of things with River, I swear, like it was after a full clear. Now they're going to head on over towards Grubs. Blabber does have his smite. He can grab at least one.
Guaranteed.
He gets one without the smite, so he's got another one.
Okay, Blabber and Thanatos honestly just cleaning up these Grubs very, very easy. First 2, all 3 go over to C9. Clean and easy. Thanatos thinks better of walking into that tribe rush as 100 Thieves were waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all 100 Thieves are going to get back off of this is just zoning him off some farm, getting a plate here for FBI. Thanatos not going to be allowed to walk all the way back in, and he has to know that they're probably around here, but Blabber is coming too.
Yeah, Blabber's ready to back him up, and Thanatos immediately popping the dominance to start off the fight, but he goes in too early, all alone. Third kill to 100 Thieves, and it looked all but free.
Yeah, that was, I think, pretty telegraphed too. When the Corki is walking past the tower against the very strong Renekton, you have to know other people are around, and he just really overestimated his strength as there's the public execution.
Yeah, Quid wants to go in after Loki here, but he's got to be careful because Blabber shows up. Blabber flashing in for the E stun. Loki goes for the Fate Sealed, wants to get the kill on the Quid, but Quid, a beautiful job getting out of the way, uses the repudiation for the extra shield to guarantee the snapback on Loki does not detonate that last sliver of the health bar.
Yeah, you could really tell Cloud9 wanted to make a proactive play because they had just lost the big one on top side, and Blabber was like, all right, this is our time. You know, we can make the most of this. He just went aggressive on you with his ultimate and under tower, but they just don't have the damage, and that Mbessa shield, so nice and big, allows them to survive under tower. So Quid here, let's see what they can actually do. looks like Zyra going to hit another full clear.
Just going to keep power farming. And I mean, when you get that Leandries really early on, the plants get so annoying. You don't even have to hit one of your abilities. Just the plant autos. Just start applying all the rune damage, start applying all of the item damage, and the poke can become very difficult to deal with. You know, not to mention, like we talked about, the potential for counter engage. I even think a game like this, Rylai's can be really strong against 4 melee. It's so disruptive just having that Rylai slow.
I mean, earlier when we saw the C9 versus FlyQuest series, in the game that C9 lost, where Inspired is on the Zyra, that was the build he went for. Leandries into the Rylais. It's so obnoxious with the zone control, especially against this
heavy
just
melee.
complete buffet of melee champions. How do you maneuver through this garden of
Slowly.
Okay. All right, fair enough. You got me on that. I gave you
Was it
that
like
one.
35% more slowly?
35% more slowly.
I gave you that one. Okay. All right. All right.
Honestly, he's going to get his recall off here before heading back over towards Dragon as well. Honestly, I mean, if they can get mid-prowl first, maybe a little support roam visit to then be able to transition and start stacking dragons for themselves, because already it's such a comfortable gold lead here for 100 Thieves. Vulcan's going to be the first one to visit mid lane here, though, and get Loki that push.
Yeah, you can see River wrapping around the other side there. And so far, Blabber just going to be heading back to base. Likely has at least another Giant Spell in pocket here. And we'll see if either teams want to start moving in towards these dragons. I don't think C9 is feeling super confident with where their team fight is at, but 100 Thieves are happy just playing this sort of pace of game.
Yeah, River just kind of camping here between top and mid lane. His camps are in a clear sequence of top towards bottom as well anyway, so he's not wasting any time.
Flash from River to lay down the Stranglethorns, and Thanatos ain't getting away from that one, making a 4-0 game for 100 Thieves.
That was really nice, and just knowing his limits there, knows there's no flash on Thanatos, so without his E, he can't actually escape from the Zyra ultimate. He's always going to get the pop-up. That's going to buy them the time to get that kill. They're going to get another play off of this as well. Going to be able to cash in on that. That is huge.
And it's so big because you're looking at your camp respawns, you're like, it's top down again. So I've got, 20 seconds here. Hover mid, see if there's anything mid. Hover top, see if there's anything top. They actually do find something, and then you can just go in, hit another full clear here on your Zyra, just power all the way on through, and you have the option. Do we want to fight the grub spawn, or do we actually just want to keep on clearing towards bottom side, towards the dragon? Ayla and FBI have already made their rotation over, but nobody leashing grubs yet. Blabber wants to make sure.
I feel like they don't want to fight it with no flash, no ult on River.
River's walking over, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, River's ready to challenge for this. If they take at least one grub, they will stop another point towards the feet going over to C9. As Ayla wants to go for the eject, they knock Vulcan out of the potential scrap, which means the rest of C9 has to scramble as 100 Thieves takes control over the top side River. Everybody on the squad grouped up now to secure these last two grubs.
How quickly can Loki push? Because there's no other teleports
Not
on
fast enough.
There's no other teleports on 100 Thieves. So that bottom tower, can Loki get some payment out of a tower plate or something for that?
I think he can get maybe a plate. The wave is going to be coming in here soon. Probably can get one plate. I'm pretty surprised. I thought that C9 were for sure going to kind of draw the line in the sand there and try to actually punish River. He has a shutdown on him. He has no flash. He has no ult. You have flashes on both Loki and Blabber, and you had teleport available. I thought they were going to scrap over that for sure and try to go for 6 grubs.
I do kind of like the call that they made, though, because since they got that one grub from the other pack, they're able to get 4 bonus for themselves, and Loki does get a decent amount of payment off the tower. They were even threatening, they're like, oh, we'll hover Vulcan and Blabber here. Maybe there's another follow-up play on bottom side. They don't actually go for, a kill on the kind of retake there from 100 Thieves. Instead, they're happy with the payment, tower plates, and dragon.
And that dragon feeling all right. The first Drake being an Earth Drake usually means it is a slower first take because the thing is so tanky. So first Drake here, 12 minutes into the game. C9 will still need another neutral objective before they could hit that magic mark of the 3.
Yeah, kind of impressive there, because we've got Trinity Force, we have Leandries that we were talking about. You have even the first item Eclipse there for Quid on the Ambessa. Trying to make use of their item power spikes, but Cloud9 able to grab a couple of meaningful pickups for themselves. Gold lead still pretty substantial there at 400 Thieves, as another turret plate is taken off of mid during the reset.
And Kobe, last game you talked a lot about the fact that, okay, the gold can look scary, but as long as item breakpoints are where they need to be, as long as those are pretty close, it's actually still playable. Problem is right now, those item breakpoints are not yet there for C9 anywhere except the jungle. And Blabber's first item is a heart steal with no stacks yet. So C9 definitely not looking for any fights just yet. Need to get those first items completed so that they can contend with the Trinity Forces, the Eclipse on the Ambessa, and generally not keep getting caught by 100 Thieves. 45 seconds left on the clock until the turret plates fall.
And I've got to say, Ayla, I think, had a really good series earlier today. Some of the best League I've seen him play on stage. Was looking very confident. You know, the early game on the Elise was great. I think Rakan, even in the loss, he was playing really, really well. So it's exciting to see him on another playmaker here on the Poppy. It's a different look for him, but this is a champion that can have such a massive impact on the game.
Certainly is. Big combo breaker here on some of the possible engages from Cloud9. Meanwhile, though, we have solo lane matchups for side lanes, trying to get opposite side push. It looks like it is going to be handed off in bottom lane, and Sniper here hovered by River again, as River comes up to again harass Thanatos.
Yep. Sniper dropping the counter-strike there. A little bit of extra damage thanks to the Trinity Force, but the turret ain't going to drop just yet. Blabber has arrived, and they lock up River. Sniper says, I'll remember you, brother. I'll make sure they give you a good eulogy, but there's nothing that Jax can do. Finally, C9 are on the board.
Wow, the tower barely stays up, too. Thanatos calling in the backup this time around. As 100 Thieves were going for a similar play. It is going to be a trade. Teleport used down to the bomb side, though.
I'm kind of surprised if they think they're dead to rights, that they're not just suiciding for that, but they're going to look for a dive bot.
Yeah, they want this potential kill here onto Thanatos and the turret next to him. Quid does not land the public execution thanks to the flash from Thanatos, keeping him safe.
Extra teleport answer there, too. Sniper was arriving, so like that flash, like you said, that was critical. You have to get out of that ultimate, or Sniper arrives with his teleport, and then you are dead.
And they get the feats at the end of the day, so that is unlocked here now with the first tower grab. They already had the feats of the warfare from quite early on in the game. Loki looks like he'll be able to just barely not finish off this tower, and we do see that Quid is heading out towards top, so I don't think he'll be able to get it on this wave. But FBI has just been kind of parked mid lane here, farming it up, constantly pushing in, poking away, and because he had that early kill, he got the tier that much earlier on, and it is stacking up here pretty quickly.
Yeah, FBI has the greatest individual gold lead over his counterpart in the game. Just about 1,000 gold up compared to the Varus of Sven. Especially nice when you look at the fact of what we were talking in draft. Varus is one of these really high priority picks. You feel like you should get a lot of value if that's in your draft. But so far, thanks to the start, thanks to the fact that FBI has been able to stay on course with the farming, he's feeling great as we head into the mid game.
Also seems like we're going to get the answer back as far as the outer turret. Finally will get claimed. Solo gold over to Quid. So all of them kind of exchanging little windows there because Loki was able to just barely finish off, and he's got his Blade of the Ruin King, so Yone feeling quite capable as well. Rift Herald spawned, and Rift Herald immediately started here by 100 Thieves. They definitely have the priority for it.
And with the chunk that FBI has been getting on this tower mid, that's a dead tower. When they grab Herald, they just drive that in towards mid lane. That's going to be the last of the outers already gone. Vulcan gets eyes on it, but Blabber is so far away, there's not likely to be any sort of a response. Blabber going to just try to take away the Raptors, and we'll see if Cloud9 can get first move in towards this Dragon.
They're going to have to try to do something. 100 Thieves still just running the show here. In our seeding decider, man, I gotta find a better name for this thing. There's got to be a better name for this thing because I really don't know.
Astro Banger.
Astro Banger.
No,
okay,
no.
You're not down. I don't know. I don't know. Man. I kind of like
weird ways we could go with that.
I respect the attempt.
It was off the dome, okay?
That
was the first one.
Exactly. I had some misses yesterday. You covered for me.
We can workshop this, guys.
Yeah. Kobe, I'm telling you right now, I want to see the post-match thread that says Astro Banger LTA North post-match discussion. That sticks for me. I like that. I'm in your camp on this one.
Clobbered in the Astro Banger so far.
we're gonna need get some gifts as well.
See, when I use it, you're with me now.
Well,
You're understanding the
use it like
hesitation.
that.
I actually think it's better.
Okay.
Okay, well, in this match, 100 Thieves has now tied up the Drake count as well at 1-1, grabbing that Ocean Drake. Still 2,500 gold ahead, so the gold lead hasn't really ballooned any further. Cloud9 are thankful for that one, but it still is
Has it
a
banged
nice...
any harder, though?
What?
I was about to say.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's been quite a long day here at the LTA.
You know the proper response. I understand.
I understand. That's true. You've trained me for this moment, my friend.
Yeah. We've been working towards this for years.
Workshopping all this time. 100 Thieves. They know what to do in this moment as well.
They
Moving into the
understand.
enemy jungle, controlling some vision, sweeping out some wards, placing down some of their own.
Is he going to flash the wall and go Sven? He's behind
He
him.
might just do it. Over the wall he goes. Sven flashing right past the ruins of the turret to try to stay alive. He flashes right as he's walking next to it to guarantee Poppy can't find the angle for the wallbang.
Still, I like the attempt there from Ayla. Blabber here to cover, but I mean, you're trading flash for flash. Obviously, Sven's is much more valuable, and it is going to be Quid with the flash. Sniper soon will have his flash up, and that Varus could be quite vulnerable.
100 Thieves still maintaining control over the enemy jungle. Blabber's going to take some shots as he tries to move through here. And now with the tier 2 turret dead on the top side, 100 Thieves is looking for more. They got to be careful. The engage on the Quid, but he turns it right back around with a very public execution of the enemy mid laner. 100 Thieves, they control the enemy jungle. They take the enemy tier 2 turret. They kill the enemy mid laner, and they don't lose anybody. Happy Braum.
That was kind of crazy. Watching a Yone try and go in full combo with his ultimate onto an Mbessa, only for then the Mbessa, as soon as he gets out, to be able to use his ultimate to one-up the Yone and take down one of these huge play-making melee champions for themselves is such a feat here for 100 Thieves. Taking down the tower, getting the extra kill for themselves, really pushing that gold lead to the next limit here, opening up a lot more room to play with.
And you talk about item completions. 2 items are going to be coming in pretty soon for a lot of these 100 Thieves members, and that's where it's going to be so hard for Cloud9, who will be quite far away from their second item on a lot of their members. You can see second item already in there for FBI, tier fully stacked. He is online, ready to go.
It's so cool to watch the evolution of this 100 Thieves team. You know, such a young roster here with so many ups and downs throughout the history in the LCS, and this year, with all the talk, we actually heard leading into this year that 100 Thieves were surprising a lot of people in scrims and were absolutely smashing. And now for them to already upset Team Liquid and to come into this game and have a very sizable gold lead here versus Cloud9. And in that last sequence of gameplay, we saw 100 Thieves were the one making the first rotation. They push on top tower first. They get the early route through enemy jungle to rotate up there and are able to take that objective and then also come out ahead with the extra kill for themselves. It's just has been really cool to see the evolution of this team.
And look at River's inventory now. Not only does he have the buffed up boots from the feats of strength for the magic penetration, he's got the Shadow Flame completed. The MR on the enemy team is scarce. This Zyra is an absolute menace in any fight C9 tries to engage with.
I mean, when you're playing solo AP as a Zyra, you're super fed. You look over the other team and you see 3 Tabbies, you are laughing. Like, that is the dream game here for River.
And right now, he is taking the opportunity to go ahead and start up this Otacon on his lonesome. Thing is, Cloud9's not just going to let him have it. They're bringing in the TPs. They want to send the full 5-man squad. As Sniper still yet to join up with 100 Thieves up here. Now his TP is going to be channeled as well. Otacon finally going to lose patience, reset a little bit. Here comes the TP from Sniper. He's in the middle of everybody. They go in for the ejection, but now they've already killed off Sven with the Varus dead. 100 Thieves is pedal to the metal. Full throttle ahead. They've already killed 2. It's about to be a third, but they'll let Thanatos walk because they can turn around and take the Otacon now.
That was beautiful. Right on arrival, Sniper comes in with Counter-Strike popped already, and Ayla hits him with the Poppy ultimate. It's almost instant deletion. They eject a couple members, Zyra ult goes down, immediately pick up the kills, and with Otacon buff here so early on into the game, they're going to get a whole bunch more tower gold. They can just force the next fight.
And it's just perfect target selection. They knew Sven has no flash from that earlier play. There's the ejection on the Leona. Immediate flash in with the Counter-Strike. The follow there from everyone piling in. Cloud9 just deleted.
Counter-Strike on 2 there from Sniper, and then the public execution to be able to finish off Sven. Like, the Varus doesn't get to move. They ejected the Leona front line and immediately just delete the opposition.
They are getting so close to claiming the first seed from the LTA North this split. That is not what anyone would have predicted.
No.
Everyone who was talking about it, even those who put them in the top 4, I had them top 4, were saying, yeah, they might be top 4, but they are a tier below those very top teams like FlyQuest, like TL, who are nowhere to be seen in this match. So it is definitely a day of upsets thus far, and 100 Thieves looking to continue that trend, looking to claim the #1 seed would be so hype for them.
I always enjoy being proved wrong when I underestimate one of our teams, and I feel like that has surely happened here today, not once, but twice, with C9 and 100 Thieves making their way into this match, and now 100 Thieves really just running circles around C9. 6,000 gold ahead, 7 kills up. They've got the Otacon buff still, and they're pushing towards the tier 2 here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, here comes FBI rotating over, but Sniper
loses the false life, but that's it. They slam Vulcan back into the wall. 100 Thieves looking at full force with these extra lives. They've lost 2 of them. C9 holding the line for now. Nobody on their side has died yet, but the health bars are low as they scramble to keep defending this tier 2.
Yeah, going to be able to hold on here for now. Not great Otacon usage because, you know, they didn't even really get any major cooldowns. Even if you trade your lives, but at least you get flashes and stuff, it's okay. But I haven't gotten much. Does get a pretty good ejection there on Sven, but their soul laners aren't with them after withdrawing from the GA. So it's going to be hard for them to even force anything, really. And it's kind of looking like a pretty useless Otacon take so far.
Yeah, a bit of a lousy Otacon, but compared to everything else in the game that has gone their way, I think they're still pretty happy overall with the state of things. 24 minutes in, less than 60 seconds now until the Baron spawns, and that's just another thing. Isaac, I know that you've talked about this before, how the game in 2025 just has these teamfight objective, teamfight objective, teamfight objective, really just go, go, go type of pacings, and unfortunately for C9, who are still 6,000 gold behind, the next objective's coming up.
Yeah, you never get a chance to really catch your breath and say, okay, these next 4 or 5 minutes, there's nothing coming up. We're going to play slow. We're going to farm. We're going to hit items. 100 Thieves just get right back out on the map, take control of vision in this area, and look to continue forcing fights.
And they did get the mid-secondary tower with that Otacon as well. So they did get something with it. You know, FBI was able to clean that one up as they were locked up under tower there. So still making progress.
Yep, 3rd item now done as well for FBI. Goes for the rapid fire, so he is very, very strong. And you can see the 2nd item's already done for Quid. Like, they are looking really powerful. There are some 2-item completions over on the other side, but they're kind of like a lot of cheaper items, like the lethality items coming through.
Yep, and I also like the rapid fire cannon, especially when we've talked about it already, but the very limited range on the C9 composition, the rapid fire just makes it so easy for FBI to land this reliable poke. Auto attack, like you shoot a rocket, you hit an auto attack, boom, you're going to get your Trinity proc, you're getting your extra mana. It's so easy to just whittle these health bars down.
And Cloud9 are faced with, like, okay, so we have to all-in dive, right, with all of our melees. Yep. All right, that is 4 melees, run into Zyra. Oh, sick! It's definitely difficult for them to navigate these waters, and Zyra now has an arm guard as well, so River with the big extra safety for that team fight. You can get right up in their faces, pop your full combo with your ultimate. Wait a minute, Quid is over the wall.
Yeah, speaking of getting in their faces, Quid is putting the pressure on. Vulcan and Sven both used their ultis already, and now Thanatos tries to join the fight, but he's immediately killed. Cloud9 looks like they have no idea what the hell they're doing, and 100 Thieves is happy to punish.
Can Quid just do whatever he wants?
Yes.
He's like, I'm gonna YOLO ultimate over the wall onto a Leona. Wait a second.
River trying to throw the Stranglethorns down over the wall, deal with the remaining 4 players here on C9. Sven under pressure while Loki dives into the Baron pit, trying to deal with the rest of 100 Thieves, but River flashes over the wall, almost gonna die here, but he stays alive. C9 lose 4, River still lives, 12-1 game, 100 Thieves are showing up today.
This is just MVP form from Quid today, man. This guy has been on a tear. FBI making such a big difference coming in with the team. The only roster change they made this split, and he has been big game after game after game. There's the engage, public execution over the wall. dashes out of the Chains of Corruption and the Leona ult, and then the double TP comes through. But guess what? It's perma CC here from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and they're so far down on cooldowns now because he was just able to juke 2 of them, instant deleted on arrival with the teleport. Here's where it gets crazy though. Over the wall, River's able to pop his ultimate out and then snap back with the ultimate knockup, overriding the Poppy ejection there and collecting the extra kills. River even survives. They can't do their last
Crazy.
like 50 damage to him, trying to chase him back over the wall after he uses his flash. Golden Goose is eating.
I got you, baby girl. I got you, Riv. You see that? I'm such a good boy, haven't I?
Man, he was looking
say goodbye.
stressed at the start of that fight, though. It is fun to watch the coach reaction, see how invested they are. And now, oh my God, 10,000 gold lead, 27 minutes in. This is a stomp.
Not even close. 100 Thieves should have this one almost guaranteed now.
I love the listening on comms with this team too, because it always just sounds like they're a bunch of kids having fun playing League of Legends. They're literally just having fun playing League of Legends with their friends and winning on stage here and about to punch their tickets as a #1 seed.
Well,
Brazil.
that tier 3 turret is down over in the mid lane, as we are going to have the solo laners working together on 100 Thieves trying to take down the inhib, but Quid has finally overplayed his hand, and C9 can get a punish. However, the tier 3 turret is still down. The one in bottom lane now also taking a ton of damage from that enchanted cannon minion, will still stand, but just barely.
So he can't do whatever he wants.
Close.
He can. He just may be punished for it.
Okay, fair enough. Give them that one. They still retreat and go grab their dragon, grab their soul point.
And I mean, it costs them so much, right? You know, it was a really nice CC chain. It was the Sejuani ult into the Chains of Corruption, into the Leona combo with the Leona ult. But you spend all those and you get the kill. You can't really go out there and fight all these other members who are still so incredibly strong. So the dragon has been taken. That is soul point now for them. One more and they grab soul. The gold lead stays the same. They knock down one inhibitor tower. The other is low, as you said, Flowers, and they're going to go back, spend all their gold, and get even stronger. You can see even some of the tier 2 boots upgrades have come through for a few of those members. 3 of them have bought them up, FBI, Quid, and River.
Yeah.
So it's not just the item completions, there's extra power that they've spent for in the boots.
Makes it that much harder for the melee squad of C9 to ever try to get away if they step too close. Quid with the 3 full items plus Super Boots Power Spike. Same thing here for FBI, and honestly, he's pretty close to the 4th full non-boots item. You can see that although that stopwatch is broken for River, he's really not minding it too much. 4, 1, and 8 here on the Zyra, and Sniper on the Jax, one of those few bruisers that traditionally doesn't build a ton of AP, but the Zhonya's Hourglass just fits so well into him with the AP ratios. Now he can jump in haphazardly, not even worry about it either.
Exactly. And I mean, honestly, you know, at this point with River, he knows that the other carries on the team are so fed that if they full send everything to him, as long as he presses R and gets out some plants, it doesn't actually matter if he dies, because you're going to be so punished for that.
Stopping recalls down there on the bottom side while the rest of the team goes deep.
And there goes Sven, just about to die, and Quid takes him out. 100 Thieves, they break into the top lane. They're about to smash inhibitors in top and mid both. Bottom lane tier 3 turret still under pressure. Sniper still pushing down there. He also has the TP. He could try to join up with the rest of the team if they just want to go straight for the throat here with the Nexus. Instead, now Quid's going to be focused a little bit, but Cloud9 does not have the firepower they need. Yes, they're going to get River, but it's exactly what you guys are talking about. There's no way they can get him and get out alive. 100 Thieves have killed everybody except for Vulcan, and what is Leona gonna do? It was not expected for 100 Thieves to beat Liquid. It was not expected for 100 Thieves to stomp Cloud9 in the seeding match, but you should expect 100 Thieves in Brazil in a couple weeks as North America's #1 team.
Look at the almost disbelief on Sniper's face there, the excitement, the happiness. This team